Hey everyone, and welcome back to MotiveX English, the podcast where we talk about everyday topics to help you learn English in a relaxed, fun way. I'm your host for today.
And I'm your other host. We're so happy you're here with us. Whether you're listening on your commute, at home, or while you're studying, we're here to help you feel more confident with English.
That's right. We know English can feel tricky sometimes, so we keep our conversations clear, we speak a little slower, and we explain things as we go. No stress, just learning.
Absolutely. Today, we're talking about a huge topic, university, or as some people say, college. For many people, university is one of the most exciting and memorable times of life.
It is, but it can also be a little scary, especially if you're using new words in a new language. So today, we'll talk about all parts of university life. We'll use simple words and repeat important ideas.
We'll talk about applying to university, choosing classes, living on campus, making friends, studying, and even the fun parts.
And as always, if you hear a word you don't know, don't worry. We'll try to explain it. You could also find a list of key words on our website, motivexenglish.com.
Let's start at the very beginning. How do people start? What's the first step?
Well, usually the first step is applying. To apply means to ask formally for something. So you apply to university. You send them an application.
Right, and this application often has your grades, your marks from high school, a personal letter about why you want to study, and sometimes letters from teachers.
We call those letters recommendation letters. A teacher recommends you, which means they say you are a good student.
This can be a very nervous time, waiting for an acceptance letter. That's the letter that says, yes, you can come to our university.
Or sometimes a rejection letter, which says no, not this time. That's okay too. Many people apply to a few different universities.
Once you get that exciting acceptance letter, you have to choose. Which university will I go to? This is a big decision.
It is. People think about many things. The location. Where is the university? Is it in a big city or a small town? Is it close to home or far away?
They think about the cost. University can be expensive. The money you pay for classes is called tuition.
And then there's the major. What is a major?
Your major is your main subject of study. It's the subject you want to specialize in. For example, someone's major could be biology or history or computer science.
So you might say, I'm majoring in psychology, or my major is engineering.
Exactly. Some students know their major right away. Others start as undeclared, which means they haven't chosen a major yet. They take different classes in their first year to decide.
That's a great point. You don't always need to know immediately. Okay, so you choose your university and your major. What happens next? Let's talk about the campus.
Campus is the land and buildings of the university. It's like its own little town. There are classrooms, libraries, dormitories, cafeterias.
Let's explain those. Dormitories, or dorms for short, are buildings where students live. They are like apartment buildings, but for students. Each student has a room. Often they share a room with another student. That person is your roommate.
Living in a dorm is a classic university experience. You live very close to other students, you make friends quickly, but sometimes your roommate might snore.
Yes, that is true. Then there's the cafeteria, sometimes called the dining hall or just the caf. It's a large room where many students eat together. The food is okay. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good.
It's edible. That's what students often say. Edible means you can eat it.
Right. And of course, the heart of the campus, the library, a very, very important place. Students go there to study, to read, to write their essays.
It's usually very quiet in the library. People whisper. They talk in a very, very soft voice.
So, you're on campus, you live in a dorm. Now the real work begins. Classes. Let's break down how classes work.
First, before the semester starts, a semester is a period of study, usually about 4 months. Some schools have 2 semesters per year, some have 3 called trimesters. You have to register for classes.
Registering means signing up, choosing which classes you will take. You often use a computer system for this. You need to get certain classes for your major. These are called requirements.
You also get to choose some classes just because you are interested. Those are called electives. Maybe your major is business, but you take an elective in art history because you love paintings.
Great. So you have your schedule. On the first day of class, you go and find your classroom. You meet your professor.
Professor is the title for a university teacher. You can call them professor and then their last name, like Professor Smith. Sometimes students say prof for short.
The professor will give you a syllabus on the first day. What is a syllabus? It sounds scary for beginners.
It sounds scary, but it's very helpful. A syllabus is a document, a paper or a PDF, that explains the entire class. It has the professor's contact information, the list of books you need, all the topics you will study, and most importantly, the assignments and exams.
So it's like a map or a plan for the class. You should never lose your syllabus. It tells you what to do.
Exactly. Now, about those assignments and exams, let's talk about common types of university work. A very common assignment is an essay.
An essay is a short piece of writing on a specific topic. For example, a history professor might ask for a 5-page essay on the causes of World War I.
Then there are exams or tests. Sometimes they're in the middle of the semester. We call those midterms. And at the end of the semester, you have finals or final exams.
They can be scary, but if you study, you will be okay. Studying is so important. Where do students study? In the library, in their dorm rooms, sometimes in a study group.
A study group is when a few students from the same class meet together to study, to discuss the material and to help each other understand. It's very useful and also social.
And sometimes, for science majors, you have a lab, short for laboratory. This is a room with special equipment for science experiments. So you might have biology lecture on Monday and biology lab on Wednesday.
Good point. Not all learning happens in a regular classroom. Now, university isn't only about studying and classes. It's also about campus life, the social part.
Yes, this is a huge part of the experience. One way to meet people is through clubs and organizations. Universities have hundreds of them.
There might be a chess club, a debate club, a film club, a club for people who love hiking, a club for students from the same country. Anything you can imagine.
Joining a club is a fantastic way to make friends with similar interests. You might also join a sports team. Many universities have teams for soccer, basketball, swimming.
And in the US especially, university sports are very big. The big games are huge events. Students go to cheer for their team. They wear their school colors.
That leads to another big part of campus life, events. There are always things happening. There might be a concert on campus, a guest speaker giving a talk, a party.
Or cultural events like an international food festival where students from different countries share food from their home.
It's a time to try new things, meet people who are very different from you, which is amazing. But can it also be difficult?
Oh, absolutely. Let's be honest. University can be challenging. For many students, it's the first time they live away from their family. They might feel homesick.
Homesick. That's a great word. It means you miss your home and your family. It's a sad feeling. Almost everyone feels a little homesick at first.
There's also the pressure to do well in classes, to make friends, to manage your time. You have to be very independent.
Independent means you do things for yourself. You're responsible for waking up on time, going to class, doing your laundry, managing your money.
It's a big change, and sometimes students feel very stressed or anxious. It's important to know that this is normal, and universities have resources to help.
Yes, like counseling centers where you can talk to someone about your feelings, or academic advisors, teachers or staff who help you choose classes and plan your major.
And tutoring centers where you can get extra help with a difficult subject like math or writing.
So if you are struggling, ask for help. Everyone needs help sometimes.
Okay, let's talk about a very practical topic: money. University is expensive. How do students pay for it?
Some students have help from their parents.
Some save money from a job before university. Many students get a scholarship.
A scholarship is money for your studies that you do not have to pay back. You might get a scholarship for good grades, for being a good athlete, or for a special talent in music or art.
Then there are loans. A student loan is money you borrow from a bank or the government to pay for university, but you must pay it back later after you graduate, often with interest, an extra cost for borrowing.
And many students work a part-time job while studying. They might work in the campus cafeteria, or in a library, or at a coffee shop in town.
It's a lot to balance, work and study, but it teaches you great time management skills.
Time management is key. You need to use a planner or a calendar on your phone to know when your classes are, when assignments are due, when you work.
Due is an important word. The essay is due on Friday means you must give it to the professor by Friday.
Don't be late with assignments. Professors often take points off for late work. Okay, we've talked about the hard parts. Let's talk about some fun university traditions.
Ooh, I love this. Every university has its own silly traditions. For example, there might be a fountain on campus, and when it's your birthday, your friends throw you into the fountain.
Yes, or before final exams, there's a big event called Stress Buster, where they bring in puppies for students to play with, because playing with puppies reduces stress.
That's the best tradition. There's also homecoming, a big weekend in the fall where former students come back to visit. There's a big football game and a dance.
And graduation, the end. After you finish all your classes and requirements, you graduate. You get your degree. That's the official paper that says you finished.
Graduation day is a huge ceremony. You wear a special cap and gown, a graduation gown, and a mortarboard. That's the flat, square hat. You walk across a stage, the professor shakes your hand and gives you your diploma.
Your family comes to watch, and they are very, very proud. It's a happy and emotional day.
It really is. Looking back, what was the most valuable thing you learned at university besides your major?
That's a great question. I think I learned how to learn. University teaches you how to think critically, how to find information, how to solve problems. And I learned how to live with people who are different from me. How about you?
For me, it was confidence. I learned to speak in front of people, to share my ideas, to work in a team. And I made friends that I still have today, 10 years later.
Those are great answers. So for our listeners who are thinking about university or who are in university now, we hope this gives you a good picture.
And we hope it gives you many new English words to use. Let's do a quick review of some key terms we used today.
Okay, let's review. Apply, or application, to ask formally to join a university. Acceptance letter, the letter that says, yes, you are in. Campus, the university grounds and buildings. Dorm, student housing. Roommate, the person you share your dorm room with. Tuition, the money you pay for your classes. Major, your main subject of study. Professor, university teacher. Syllabus, the plan for the class with all assignments and rules. Essay, a short piece of academic writing. Midterm or final exam, big tests in the middle and end of the semester. Study group, a small group of students who study together. Scholarship, money for school you do not have to pay back. Loan, money you borrow and must pay back later. Graduate, finish your studies and get your degree.
Perfect. And remember, you can find this list on our website.
We would love to hear from you. What is university like in your country? Are you planning to go to university? Tell us on our social media. We are at MotiveX English on Instagram and Facebook.
And if you have ideas for future topics, please send us a message. We want to talk about what interests you.
Thanks for spending time with us today. Remember, learning English is a journey. Be kind to yourself, practice a little every day, and listen to fun things like podcasts.
You've got this. We believe in you.
See you next time on MotiveX English.
Bye, everyone.